Welcome to Hannity, and the Trump White House is off to a lightning start fast. Don't blink, you probably will miss a massive development. In fact, no one in the state-run legacy media mob or the Democratic Party, they can't really keep up with the speed of Donald Trump. They just know how to feign outrage every second of every day. That's all they know. Now, there have been dozens of critical executive orders, diplomacy all over the globe, confirmations across the board, including Attorney General Pam Bondi, who will join us in just a moment for her first interview as Attorney General. We have also witnessed a multi-front effort to demolish woke politics, restore integrity and fairness at every federal institution. But perhaps President Trump's most consequential action was tapping Elon Musk to lead the brand new Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE for short. Now, according to Democrats and their friends in the legacy media mob, Elon Musk, he's a dangerous man with bad intentions, an unelected billionaire who's looking out for himself. One Democrat even suggesting he wants your money. Trust me, Elon doesn't want or need your money. He's got plenty. So tonight, we're going to set the record straight. Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, and there's a reason. He's brilliant. He's a self-made billionaire, a first-generation immigrant from South Africa. He embodies all things that are the American dream. Whether you realize it or not, your life has been impacted by Elon Musk. He helped to revolutionize electronic banking with PayPal. He created a new form of high-speed internet using low-orbit satellites, making fast, reliable internet accessible anywhere on Earth. Pretty amazing. Musk even rushed Starlink terminals, you might recall, to North Carolina, Tennessee after Hurricane Helene, providing the only form of communication in that emergency in the aftermath. And he did the same for the people of California after the wildfires. Musk also reinvented space travel. It's called SpaceX. And soon, probably within the next month or so, Elon Musk will literally be rescuing astronauts, but he's also going to send Americans will be landing on Mars. And in the coming months, SpaceX will rescue those astronauts that Biden and Harris abandoned and stranded at the International Space Station. Musk also spearheaded the development of affordable, high-performance electric vehicles through Tesla, which you would kind of think, Green New Deal Democrats, they'd love electric vehicles. Apparently not, because he supports Donald Trump. But that's not all. Through Tesla, he has also transformed American manufacturing. There's also Musk's life-altering Neuralink, the boring company that could one day solve all our traffic problems. He's also provided real freedom of speech on X and so much more. I mean, the guy is a force of nature. There's no doubt about it. Brilliant. We're lucky to have him. And the truth is, Musk doesn't need to work for free for Donald Trump and the federal government and the American people. He doesn't have to work another day in his life. He's worth hundreds of billions of dollars. He doesn't need to lift a finger. As Donald Trump would say, he could be on a tropical beach somewhere enjoying life. Instead, he's in the Washington swamp. He is serving his country. He's poring over numbers and data and wading through our federal bureaucracy. He is rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse. And he's not doing it for himself. He's doing it. It's your money that he's finding that is being abused. Elon Musk loves the country. He's giving back. He knows that this is the last best place God ever gave man. This is the place where dreams can actually come true. But Washington's out-of-control bureaucracy is, of course, standing in the way. And regulations and the taxes and the abuse, this is all, look at that, this is all your hard-earned tax dollars being spent abroad. It's insane. This is madness. But for Elon Musk exposing all of this corruption, you would probably never know. Look at the corruption. Years unelected federal bureaucrats and elected officials, they have been wasting your hard-earned money in ways that are unimaginable for their power, not even in our country, but around the globe. On bizarre far-left pet projects, all to advance their radical Green New Deal agenda, their woke policies, DEI, transgenderism, LGBTQ plus initiatives. What Musk and his team at DOGE uncovered at USAID alone, and there's going to be a lot more to come, this is the tip of the iceberg, should shock the conscience of every American. This is a waste of your money. They're stealing from your children and grandchildren. They're stealing your money. And among the billions in these woke projects abroad and DEI seminars and transgender plays, USAID also reportedly spent $10 million on meals for al-Qaeda-linked terrorists. This is by far, and if we had real media and journalism wasn't dead, this is the biggest financial scandal in the history of our country. Not millions of dollars, but tens, if not hundreds of billions of dollars for these foreign countries. And remember, we have nearly $40 trillion in debt. Instead of being thankful to Elon Musk, Democrats are livid. They are angry. They are furious at him for exposing their corruption. He exposed the Democrats, wasting your money, your billions and billions of hard-earned dollars on foreign woke radicalism. And for this, they hate him. They also hate him for liking and working for free. He's not getting paid for Donald Trump. And meanwhile, Joe Biden we have now discovered a whopping $236 billion on improper payments last year alone. That's $250 billion. We have homeless veterans freezing to death in the cold. We have Americans living paycheck to paycheck. 56% of Americans cannot withstand a $1,000 emergency. They don't have the money to pay for it. Violent criminal, illegal immigrants are inside our country. They're using your taxpayer money as well. Democrats are mad at Elon Musk for trying to hold our elected and unelected government bureaucrats accountable for this waste, fraud, and abuse. You know, that's exactly what President Trump was elected to do, and they're doing it. Take a look.
I don't think I really grasped it until Elon's 6 wizards. He brought in some young wizards to go in there and go over the books, and they are just finding crazy. It's very strange that the media is ignoring it, especially the left-wing media. It's just too big of a win for the right. And so they're just ignoring it. There's so much they haven't even tapped into where they think the real motherload of fraud is.
Now, Joe Rogan is dead on right. And by the way, this is not a constitutional crisis. This is a return to constitutional order. This is a return to limited government, greater freedom. In other words, the principles espoused and envisioned by our founders and our framers. Let me walk my Democratic friends through all of this in simple terms. Kamala Harris lost. Donald Trump is president. He's the head of the executive branch. He sets the agenda. He was appointed by the American people and elected by the American people to do it. He appointed Elon Musk to root out this waste, fraud, and abuse and corruption. And now Trump is parting ways with federal employees who are unwilling or unable to carry out the agenda the American people elected him to perform, along with those that have corrupted our institutions, our FBI, our DOJ, our intelligence community. Bye-bye. You know, he's being a good steward of your hard-earned tax dollars. Remember, think about this. With all that waste, fraud, and abuse, tens and tens of billions of dollars. The average American makes $66,000 a year. You work hard, you pay your taxes, you obey the laws, you play by the rules, and that's how they spend your money? Excuse me, you deserve a refund. The Democrats currently throwing a temper tantrum. It only exposes how, frankly, pathetic and corrupt they truly are. Of course, they're also incompetent. And let not your heart be troubled. Musk and his team at DOGE, they will be successful one way or the other. He's not going to be intimidated by the likes of Elizabeth Warren and Chuck Schumer and, radical Democrats screaming a constitutional crisis because they've been exposed. And Musk is not the only person working hard to hold our government accountable. Newly confirmed Attorney General Pam Bondi. Wow, she's hit the ground running with her own shock and awe. In the past 24 hours, she traveled to New Orleans to coordinate security for the Super Bowl. She also filed a lawsuit against Chicago and Illinois over their sanctuary city policies. Other day one directives included an effort to end the weaponization of our legal system. She also reinstated the federal death penalty. She terminated DEI at the DOJ, paused funding for sanctuary cities, and vowed to work with the Department of Homeland Security to completely eliminate drug cartels in our country. Needless to say, Democrats are already, smearing Pam Bondi for doing a great job. Take a look.
Essentially, Pam Bondi's first act in office is to order an investigation of the January 6th and the classified documents prosecution of Donald Trump. That is an outrageous thing to do on your first day.
She said, Pam Bondi did during her confirmation hearing, she would be looking forward, seemed to suggest that she would not be targeting any employees, that she was just going to do the work of the justice system. But in her first act as Attorney General, promising to investigate the investigators of Donald Trump.
Yeah, I mean, that message is pretty clear.
If anybody is weaponizing these two agencies, it's the people who are about to take over. And I note that the Pam Bondi, she just created a weaponizing task force. What the heck is that? Except, once again, turning inward and looking at the people, the brave people who are working in the DOJ and FBI, and looking at them saying, are you next? These are crazy times.
Now, after the 2024 election, anger, loathing, rage are the only things the Democrats have left. Of course, Pam Bondi will have a tough road ahead. According to border czar Tom Homan, the violent Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua was tipped off by someone prior to ICE raids that were to take place in Denver. Now Tom Homan is vowing to fight back. Take a look.
We're not going to tolerate it anymore. This is not a game. When we show up these sites, this is a dangerous job for the men and women of ICE and Border Patrol and all the DOJ agencies. To have that type of interference puts our officers at great risk. Not only the officers, it puts the aliens at great risk because anything can happen when we take our eyes off the goal here. So we're addressing that immediately today. It's not a joke. This is serious business, and they need to stop or we won't prosecute them through the Department of Justice.
So tonight, the big question, how will Bondi work with the DHS to fix our broken immigration system while also making much-needed reforms to the DOJ to stop its weaponization, rooting out those who are actively working against the Trump administration?